Morning, it is 8:45 and it's pretty early. I'm being a bad friend because I'm already late. Jancis is warming up. We are today at Chard, so the warm-up is all on a surface and then the show jumping is on a surface, so that's quite good. Anyway, go and find her and then I can show you around. But the warm-up looks quite busy, which Jancis will not be particularly thrilled about. There she is, number 404. So Nova is finally getting an outing that he hasn't had for a while, due to Nova being Nova. So he's stepping up to 100 today. I think that'll be fine. But it's always, you always have moments where you're a bit nervous because you're stepping up. So he hasn't had many outings. There he is in the corner. Looking pretty good and nice and relaxed. He's very similar to Incy because he gets a little bit of tension and he'll get it through his body and then you lose the suppleness. So very similar in that respect. So you're always working on the suppleness and getting them through and riding. But her test is in about 15 minutes, I think. So it's quite different to our events because we're in an equestrian centre. So we've got the warm-up on surface and then we've got 4 dressage arenas going on. Again, all on the surface. So Jancis, I don't think, stuck any studs in. And then just where that the horse is over there, that's where the show jumping is. So, and then the cross country is not a very long cross country. It's just around the back of several fields. But yes, it's come quite regularly, so it's a very close one for us, about 45 minutes. But they've got a really good clubhouse. We've been to camps here, been to competitions, dressage, combined training. They run a lot of BS shows, so I often come here to go jumping. And yeah, overall it's a very nice place and nice and close for eventing. So one of the things that's changed in BE over the years is the rule always used to be tweed at intermediate and below, and that rule got changed several years ago, so now most people are in blue jackets. So Jancis and I are very old school traditionalists, and we are still in tweed. Mind you, Jancis is in tweed because she went BS, didn't realise all the buttons had fallen off her jacket, just through age, rather than developing a great big belly. Don't think she'll appreciate me saying that, but yes, so she went BS, had one button. It's just like, oh, tie out with Baylor twine. Wouldn't be the best look, but it would work. Anyway, she survived, and she's back in the tweed today.
And just my last question for now, sir.
Oh, that's Tim Price going past.
It's just a bit horse shy.
Yeah. Yeah, Nova is slightly horse shy. So this is trying to find as much space as possible. So the Palomino is Jane Rogers, and Jane lives locally through Riding Club. She's also been second at Badminton Grassroots on good old Magic. She's already qualified again for about the 8th year running for Badminton Grassroots. That's Jane's big thing.
Hi, Lucy.
Right, Alex.
Not riding today, Lucy?
No classes for me today. No, I head to Chillington next.
Oh, right.
Cheers.
Lying here, pretty sure alone and tired of sleeping on my own. I wish your name would flash upon my phone, reminding me I'm not alone. Traps in this burning room, flames in the shape of you. You left me standing in the dark. You left my heart in two. These words were made for you, and now we're nothing but a spark. Guess the hardest thing I'll ever do is walk away, still loving you, but now I'm just somebody that you love. You let me in, you spill me out your song, and I can live it out, but now I'm just somebody that you love. 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 You killed me deep, you counted up my scars, you found a place to leave your mark. Never thought that we would fall apart, but loving you just broke my heart. Traps in this burning room, flames in the shape of you. You left me standing in the dark. You left my heart in two. These words were made for you, and now we're nothing but a spark. Guess the hardest thing I'll ever do is walk away, still loving you, but now I'm just somebody that you love. You let me in, you spill me out your song, and I can live it out, but now I'm just somebody that you love. 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 It's the hardest thing I'll ever do is walk away, still loving you, but now I'm just somebody that you love. Let me in, you spill me out your songs, I can live it out, but now I'm just somebody that you love. Somebody that you love.
So just having a quick look at the show jumping. Jancis is trying to tell me it's huge.
It's huge.
I
It'll
just,
be alright. I was looking at the blue one and that's not in it, so it'll be fine.
yeah.
just need to ride forwards, keep his balance up, and it's all nice. It's nice and open, nice long lines.
Yeah, and you can just come around your corners.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But I was explaining to Jancis, when courses are built with, they're not, I don't think these are 12-foot poles. I think some of them are 10-foot, so it often looks bigger because, so that's a 12-foot pole and that's a 10-foot pole. Okay. Because it makes them visually look bigger. So it's quite important to remember sometimes of that. Indoors often built with 10-foot. So, cross country, what's it looking like? Because you walked it yesterday.
Yeah, I've done a course walk for these guys to see. So,
Okay.
Let's do the show jumping first, we'll see.
Oh, you'll be fine. He's got plenty of ability.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Handicapped by me.
Oh, I don't think so.
I was just keep telling myself his mother did intermediates at his age. She'd already done 2 or 3 intermediates.
She also had no right turn.
She had no right turning. She wasn't as talented, so it should be fine. Right? But then I was young and brave and stupid. And I'm not, well, I am stupid still, but I'm not young and brave anymore. So
Jancis, you've been around 3-star. You've actually done an advanced intermediate.
yeah. Yeah. I was young and brave.
Oh dear.
Well, this is better late than never, Lucy. Didn't have beautiful pattern bottom for the dressage, but
To be honest, you couldn't see it anyway.
did I mention that Lucy overslept? Didn't turn
And
up
had
for...
to swap cars.
Oh, and had to swap cars. Didn't turn up for grooming duty. Did you know we're being? We had to
Maybe
manage.
it was on purpose knowing Nova.
He was alright on because we haven't had to do studs yet. God, don't let me forget to put studs in before we go cross country. That would be pretty
Not sure
tragic.
why. Because can't spray him.
No, he doesn't. Well, you can spray him, but it makes him angry.
Let's not make him hungry.
He is literally the definition of spoiled homebred, aren't you? We only do things that he likes. But do you know what? I'm not even ashamed because he's so sweet and so worth it. So we just go with what Nova wants most of the time.
Design.
You're getting your own design. He wants a big N on his bum and a love heart. He's so annoying. Yeah, I'll come and stand by his head.
So Jancis is doing her normal, oh, I just might not bother eventing after this.
You would do the same.
I don't ever go, I'm not going to go eventing. I just normally go, oh my god, oh why am I doing this, why am I doing this?
I just take it one day at a time, live in the moment, Lucy, you know? Today we're eventing, maybe we go eventing again, maybe we don't go eventing again, maybe we go show jumping, because you don't have to faff around when you go show jumping, and you can just keep entering the nice little classes, and it's still fun.
Whereas I've known Jancis for a very long time, what happens is we always get this, oh, I just might not bother eventing again. And then the reality is she comes back from an adrenaline buzz across country and she's like, oh my god, I love that. And then all the
expensive.
It's really expensive.
Time consuming. And
time consuming, yeah.
he's not really an event horse. Look at him. Look at him.
The working hunter.
Yeah. He's not gonna, you know, do loads. Just do it for fun. Doesn't feel much fun when you walk the course and you're like, ooh. I thought it was a nice little upgrade.
But you're just not allowed to ride like, if you don't ride like crap, then you'll be fine.
Okay, note to self, don't ride like crap. Right, I need a
I might psych you up in the warm-up.
No, just generally say nothing to me is the best, honestly.
No, you've got to ride it. Come on!
I had to buy a whip, so I do not own a whip. £25!
So why have you added a whip to your arsenal?
Well, because he needs to be forwards when he's at this level, and he's not lazy at all, but I just need to keep him on his game and make sure he goes in the water. So I don't hit him. I've never hit him. I've actually literally don't think ever worn a stick on him, but we used it in training the other day.
What, to
and
give him a
it's
tap down the shoulder?
Yeah, I haven't even used it, but it's just
a visual aid.
For me, it's like it's there. Also, I've added a little pair of rounded spurs.
I noticed the rose gold.
Oh yes, the rose gold. They were cheapest ones I could find on eBay. Again, because he just needs to be a bit more off the leg at this level. And I was saying to you the other day, wasn't I? Like the way that I've trained him has been like he's very reactive to the voice and sweet and easy, but sometimes you just need to go to the leg.
Yeah.
You know, to come out of a bigger double or something, and yes, a little pair of rounded spurs.
It's very similar to where Incy is, because obviously I don't wear spurs at all for show jumping. I only wear them for cross country, and it's that because they're very good at taking you and then going, oh, what's that, and having a bit of a look, and then all their energy sort of disappears. And if you've got no just ordinary leg, you're kicking or like squeezing, and then not much is happening, and they just need that little more impetus.
I just need it for a like oh shit moment when I'm like please go, and I've got a little backup, but they're just tiny rounded ones.
Yeah, it's exactly what I ride.
Little minutes in them the last few days. I actually did wear them in the dressage test because you can sort of just lean into your leg a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't need to.
Do you want me to hold the pony? So, jumping warm up. I'm going to be multitasking, so I'm going to do some fences as well. Yeah, not going well. Nova's certainly woken up, which is good because that'll fill Jancis with confidence. Oh right. Well, at least he's woken up.
Unfortunately, they're right next to the water jump.
Jancis is just saying Nova didn't like the pandas, and they're right by the water jump as he goes through. But anyway, at least you can go and get as close to them as possible in the warm up. At least the warm ups are nice and quiet now. So okay.
404 goes next.
Quite nervous watching.
Jancis rides her own. It's
Even calmer when I'm riding.
Section I, bringing forward a dressage score of 32.3.
Oh, should be pleased with that. Mind you, it depends how everyone else in this section is being marked. Come on, Jancis, ride, don't just hook. Good. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Come around to the last double. Yes. Oh, that's a shame. So here at Chard, they've got this really cool little shed called the Hobbit Hut, and it's actually a bar. I don't think it's open today, but for the show jumping shows they normally open it. So it's quite fun, isn't it?
Yeah, He's a good boy.
Yeah, shame about that. He just bowled through the shoulder coming
He
around the
goes,
turn.
yeah, which is what he does, out for his right shoulder. And I needed to guard it a bit more. But I was so happy to get to that point and it was all going very nicely.
He was jumping really well, and you were not hooky. I was very impressed.
No, I think actually if I was to criticise myself, I should have ridden forwards on that turn and gone on one less.
Yeah.
But he's a good boy.
Well done.
So I've just been up to walk the course ready for tomorrow. I had a bit of time to do it today, and I've got quite early and quite tight times tomorrow, so thought that was the best plan. It's really nice at Chard because you have the dressage and showjumping on the surface, but the cross-country course is quite compact, which means you sort of warm up just over there, and then you cross over the course to actually get to the start, and you run a little loop around the first field before disappearing through the gap in the hedge there and going down quite a steep hill actually. And then right at the bottom of the hill you get this table which has got a bit of height about it and a bit of width about it. This was first a bit like it's Nova's first 100. He's a good jumper, but with the added effect of the hill. Fence 5 is the first combination. As I was walking the course there were loads of problems in the 90 at their equivalent combination, so I didn't entirely fill me with hope, and 100 it's probably a bit less spooky but also quite imposing. Like this B element is actually like a decent size, and again it's got a bit of width on it, and Nova does tend to go a bit high and a bit careful, so I know I have to keep riding for it. So this is the fence I'm most worried about. There was a little steeplechase brush just before this, but this is quite imposing. It's quite big, it's quite wide, and it's after a gap in the hedge, and then you actually run quite downhill, and it really sort of runs you to the base of it, and then it's on a related line, although it's not a B element, to this corner here. Yeah, Nova's never seen anything quite like this, and it's definitely going to be a bit of a shock, I think. And then it's followed up straight away by another very similar question. So gap in the hedge on quite a steep downhill. And then this one's a bit kinder. I'd kind of rather they'd put this one first because this doesn't have quite as much height and width to it. But it's still a imposing enough fence, and he hasn't really seen that much cross country. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then after that, actually the course is lovely. So a little table, this is an angled combination that walked on 3 strides. Again, they've got a little bit of width about them, but not very big. This was tiny after a run up a steep hill, you can just see up there. And then into this little bit of woods at the top, and again, quite, not much to look at really. I mean, they always go a bit cautious going into the trees, but not very big rail. And then out of the woods, shared with the 90, so again quite a small fence. Then there is a rail ditch coffin thing, not a very big rail going in, not particularly deep or wide ditch, used in the 80 as well, so not too bad. And then a skinny on the way out, but not very skinny, and they had a Christmas tree. And then the woods was a bit spooky and looky, with all the pandas and everything around it. And then that was us done. Nova's a little bit cautious about his waters still, so I did walk my line quite carefully, especially because the pandas are quite lucky. But then it was on to the last fence and we're done. So I think there's plenty for him to get stuck into tomorrow, perhaps a fraction more technical in the first part of the course than I was really anticipating. I'm a little bit worried about that brush parallel, but if he goes and he jumps it and he gets around, then he'll have probably learnt a lot and ready to progress to the next one.
Right, we're off for cross country.
So it must surely be the same way as it was before.
Yeah, look at that lovely saddle pad. That was the result of much deliberation in Geneva. We have got a vlog on that if anybody ever wants to see Geneva Horse Show.
The world's most expensive saddle pad, but worth it.
No, the Hermes one was much more expensive. Similar colouring.
myself.
There you go, it looks very nice. I'm telling Jancis, rather than the crappy old silk, she needs to upgrade.
Yeah,
I think something navy and orange would be lovely.
Alright, that'll be my little winter treat to myself.
Jancis
But again, I'm never sure I'm going to be an event.
Oh, here we go.
Anymore,
No, I don't think I want to event.
Is it worth the investment?
Jancis has just moved house, so her present from me is an air fryer at some point when I get round to it. She's going to join the middle-aged joy.
So you have to give me a recipe book.
No, it's not that. It's about cooking everything in half the time. As
Does
you've
it
got
cook pasta?
no.
That's literally all I eat, really, at the moment. Maybe the air fryer will change my life.
But it'll cook the chicken to go in the pasta. But anyway,
It's raining.
it's now raining.
Yeah. I think hopefully we can get this done before it really sets in.
I really hope so as well. Right, shall I wander down the side then?
Yeah.
Don't really know where I'm going. This is all new to me here, even though I've been here lots. It's not a great viewing course, so I think I can get the first 3 fences and the last one. So that's fence 3, that's 2, and then to do a weird bit of a loop, I think, to add a little bit of distance, because it's not the longest course. And there's fence 1. So if anyone's ever wondering why B is so expensive, it's because you need tannoys, I think that rig and the sound system alone is probably about £2 grand. You've got all the ambulances, obviously the horse ambulance there, the vets, hiring of the loos. So all these little things certainly add up to make it a lot more expensive. So there's Jancis, just waiting to find out how many to go in front of her. Hopefully it'll be quite quick. A bit worried about the old footwear now it's raining. I haven't got a waterproof coat on and got the old boat shoes on, which are very reliable but not the most waterproof. So yes, I'm hoping she's going to go quickly or else I might be a little soggy. So Jancis thought she had 7 to go because they were going on times, but they've changed their mind because obviously nobody in eventing ever really goes on their times unless it's FEI, because then you have to go on your times. So anyway, at least she can get them moving quickly. Right, come on Jancis, a bit more forward into the leg. It's now raining and we're on top of a hill. Luckily it's not howling winds. The camera will not like wet. Yeah, it's going to survive. That's better.
Clear. At 11, Joe Huff. That's the 2 houses as Jancis Wheel comes on clear of the wood and indeed on now to the water. Splosh through that, just the lip of the water. The first element today, didn't cause any troubles yesterday. And then out over the treasure chest and on to the flower box at 17, just behind cross-country control to complete.
And she's home. I think
And
she's had two
Jancis comes
stops.
over the last.
Brosh Oxer, so I have to find out what happened because I couldn't see any of
And
that.
unfortunate.
That third time.
So what happened?
It's just a big ask for a little baby horse that doesn't have that much experience. You go into it, you go through a gap, you're running downhill. I did underestimate quite how much you're running downhill. And he was just confused. And he sort of half went to go and then was like, whoa. And then I came back around, but I hadn't really set it up well enough when I came back round.
So that's the second
So
time.
he had another stop, just still not really understanding, so I just walked him past the fence a couple of times, regrouped, trotted, and then just took a canter a couple of strides out. And he was so good. Because I mean, especially if they've had a little scare where you didn't like clamber right into it, but you know, they sort of realised it might bite. And then of course the next jump after that is almost the exact same question.
Right.
Coming through a gap on a downhill. It wasn't quite as in your face, but still enough to look at. And he was so brave and good. And then he found the rest of it very easy, because after that it was small and easy. So he will have learnt
A lot.
from that. And yeah, I'm delighted with him.
Oh, that's good. Sorry, Jancis, did you just say you were going to go eventing again?
Yeah, right. Okay,
Well, you are anyway, because you entered Little Gatcombe, but you've got the buzz back again.
I was always going to drop down to 90 if I needed to.
Yeah, well, you got the buzz, so I think you'll be fine.
We got the buzz. He's got no problem. He had a smudge for.
It came cross country, but hopefully it's not that bad. It's okay because of the rain.
Yeah, oh yeah. Luckily it's pretty much stopped raining. Thankfully.
So, outro.
Yeah, pleased with a 32 dressage.
Yeah.
That was very, I mean, I think maybe she was marking quite nicely, but actually, yeah, I'm pleased with that. He's got a lot to develop, lots of winter homework, but he does try really hard, which is cute. And actually some of his weaknesses from before, like sitting a bit on your inside leg and going a bit rigid, were much improved today, and his halt was much better, so that's good. Showjumping, really pleased with showjumping. Yeah, again, that's our slight weakness, to have a bulge through the right shoulder, and that just paid at the last. But I think it's 50-50. Could have had it, could have left it up, could have had it down. Doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
He was a good boy, and that was the biggest track he's jumped, so that was good. He does make it feel quite easy, which is nice. I don't know why I get nervous. I'm fine when I'm on him. It's just, you know, the anticipation, isn't it?
Yep. And wanting
and
to do
then-
well.
Yeah, and then cross country, yeah. It's a bit ridiculous because we had 60 penalties for having 2 stops at the same jump, but actually I'm really pleased because I could have retired after the second stop
And given up.
and given up and walked home, but it was only fence 7, and actually I knew that if he jumped it, he had a much kinder course from then on, so I'm really pleased I came back at it 3rd time. I rode it better, came back to it, he understood the question. I'm really, really pleased that I came to it and he jumped it, he understood the question, and then from then he just picked up confidence, and he didn't go backwards. Sometimes that can just scare them a bit, but he didn't. He came to the next, which was a pretty similar question to that, and he was fine with it, and then gained in confidence. Unfortunately, the way they built the course, the second half was much smaller and much more friendly than the first half, and it just caught us out. But we've learned a lot, and that was the aim of today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really pleased.
That's good.
Bad day on paper, good day.
Learning day.
Good learning day, that was what today was supposed to be. So, he's got Gatcombe in 3 weeks' time, and then Bovington in another month, but as with Nova, he has to stay sound and not do anything stupid
In the field.
in the field.
So,
He doesn't go lame because he's got a problem, guys. He goes lame because he does something stupid and puts his foot in a whatever.
Or his head.
Or his head. So it's always a bit of an unknown quantity with Nova, but yeah, hopefully we'll stay sound and well, and we'll do another couple of runs before the season ends.
Right, until then everyone, Robbie up next.
Yeah, Robbie next, and 90 centimetres.
Indeed. So hope you enjoyed this vlog, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Funnel. Not able to compete here last year, so